have had ice.
We
ice
have
baby.
army of isomers.
Huh?
We should have had all these like this here, and say coming to the aid of Scar.
Hey, but what do you do? Bada beep, bada boom,
From
bada
Bada
bum.
Are we live?
Hello, everyone.
Oh my God, we were live.
Hi, everyone. Manuela, Marcheggiani, Darius, Majlessi. We are Isomers Laboratories. We are cosmetic chemists, scientists, biochemist, chartered chemist. Yes. His own
And we
stamp.
love skincare
His own
stuff.
stamp. We formulate skincare. We've been doing this for over 30 years. From actually, how long has it been since we have been making skincare?
1988.
1988 we started because my skin was a mess, and Smarty Pants over here decided that he was going to help fix my skin so that I could go off and be a journalist, you could go off and be doing something else, and we ended up doing this.
Yeah.
Goes to show you what happens
Right.
when you, out of necessity, right, you develop this. Other people noticed how great my skin had become, and so there was a huge need to help people with their skin, help people with their self-esteem, help people understand how formulas work, how skincare work, what you can do about it, because there's a big mystery around it. So we've set ourselves up for the last 30 plus years educating and empowering people. We were the first to do the matrixyl peptides. We were the first to do H0 DNA with the Ectoin. We were the first to do Ectoin. Copper peptide was us. First eye serum. So a lot of innovation that has happened in skincare, and actually we literally changed the way skincare is presented and talked about in TV shopping. We were the first to educate. We were told, don't talk about the science.
You know what?
People don't
This
handle
is
it.
so true. This has been a very sore spot in my foot.
It has been a pain.
A pain, because you know we go on different TV shopping channels and we do presentations and things like that, and they constantly tell us, don't talk about science.
No.
Don't talk about science.
Over their head.
People are not interested in science. And from day one, we were saying, no. People need to learn. People want to learn. They love it. If you don't make it complicated, and if you explain things in a very simple way that is scientific, people will love it. And little by little, you can become more complicated and explain things in more detail. But it's like learning a language. It's like you start with a few simple words, and then when you know those words, then your confidence improves, and you have more confidence. You learn more words, and then all of a sudden you speak simple sentences, and then all of a sudden you can write.
And how do you feel when you do that?
And you feel empowered. You feel empowered. You feel capable. So.
But the industry doesn't want you to learn. People don't want people are afraid of smart people. People are afraid of you being empowered or learning more, because when you learn more and you know more, you ask more questions, you hold people to account. People like the people around them to be dumber or not so threatening.
Okay. I want to fine-tune that statement a little bit. People that have something to hide, they don't want you to learn.
People who want power don't want people to be
People that are
strong.
not want to be a straight shooter with you and tell you exactly how things are, then they don't want you to know, because then they can say anything they want and you tend to believe it.
Okay.
But then
You just believe
when
it,
it comes to skincare, skincare, if you take that approach, then you don't get results. Then
You're not using the right ingredient for the right job and
then you will
understand
be-
what's happening.
and you will waste your time and you will waste your money.
If
Okay?
you have a leak in your sink, you don't call a bricklayer, right? You don't. You know instinctively you're going to call a plumber, right? You know that. And in skincare, we have a problem with wrinkles, and we use something else. We use the wrong thing. Or you have scars, and you don't know what scars are, and you think, well, I'm just going to use a moisturizer. Moisturizers don't solve things. Moisturizers just add hydration. But fixing your skin requires an understanding of what's happening, what is the problem, what occurred. This thing broke down. Now, how do we rebuild it? And this is what we're gonna talk about today in our cutaneous chemistry.
Right. And sometimes when it comes to a complicated thing like a scar, and we will be talking about ice pick scars specifically, but it basically I will be talking about applies to all scars. It's a multi-dimensional approach. It's not just one thing, okay? So you need to understand exactly what happens to your skin. When you know why your skin is scarring or why your scars are not going away, then when you understand what has happened to that part of your skin, then you know the right steps to take to address the problem. So I will demystify the whole thing for you. Manuela and I will demystify the whole thing for you, and we will let you decide what you need to do to actually solve all your scar issues and the problems. So let's start the show, and let's go right to the beginning. Ice pick scars.
Ice pick scars.
So you look at your face from a distance, it's a little bit uneven or a lot uneven, and the texture is different, the coloring is a little bit different, it looks like inflamed. When you take it under the microscope, you can see the pitting in the skin, you can see the discoloration, the redness, sometimes pigmentation in more detail. And if you could hypothetically do a cross-sectional cut of the skin, you will see that the scar is basically going, especially with the ice pick scars, they go and then you get a very sharp indentation, which I marked it here as red, and this red means it's red and inflamed. Okay, that's a very specific characteristic. This is not just a wrinkle, it's much sharper, it's much deeper, and then we're gonna get into the morphology of it as to how things are changing.
Well, literally, there you go. Literally looks like an ice pick went in there, right?
Right. So that's exactly why they call it. You know this tool that they call it ice pick, and they
Ice pick.
do sculptures with ice, and they make shapes and different things with it. That's why they call it, because some of these are really sharp and go in. And from topical view, when you look at it, it looks like this. I should have colored this red. Now, look, they're deep, narrow, extending very deep into the epidermis and dermis, and then they're like a pinprick, indentation, severe inflammation or trauma cause this, and they're difficult to treat because they're fibrotic. Okay, I'm gonna get into that, and this is very fascinating, okay? Because sometimes we think we know something or more of something is good, and you say, oh, better be careful, you need to distinguish between things. So let's see how these scars are formed. First, on your skin, on this top layer, you're gonna have an acne or inflammation or skin damage. And then these lesions, when they're formed, it destroys the skin topical layer, the epidermis, but it also damages the underneath layers, which is the collagen, elastin, and the structure is gonna get damaged. And in the process of the formation of this scar, if there were hair follicles here, they get destroyed. The elastin in this layer will diminish. So when you look at the scar tissue, there's no elastin in there. It's all destroyed or deformed collagen. And also, when you look at this, if I had drawn the actual scar part here, this is the normal skin, basically there will be no elastin, the collagen will be condensed, I'm gonna get into that later, and then the microchannels of the veins, the veins underneath, they're all gone. There is no structure on the vein structure under the skin, okay? So that is a problem. What happens is that the right nutrients cannot get to the skin, okay? So your epidermis and the dermis both become thin, condensed, and weak, and then you have these collagen 1 fibers, I'm gonna explain to you, because when the fibroblast starts becoming the myofibroblast, and then they're overacting. Then imagine if you're tangling a rope and make it tight, and then you're pulling these parts and then pulling it down with a dense collagen. So this collagen is not that juicy, nice, fluffy collagen, which is a combination of collagen 1 mainly and collagen 3 in the perfect 3-dimension. It becomes mostly collagen 1, and it's a deformed collagen 1. And then this will pin, and then it will pull it down. It anchors down. That's why there is a technique, which I'm not a great fan of it. It's called subcision technique, that actually they go with needle and they cut these bands, so they're trying to release the skin. That is only partially helpful. I'm going to explain to you why in the next charts. Now, this is the thing, you guys, if you have acneic scars, you need this table. And how they can comment table down below, and we will give you the instructions to get the table. But please comment table down below if you want the table, okay? We're gonna have to have that information from you, so comment table down below. This table, you should print it and attach it to your fridge or in your mirror, in your makeup mirror, everywhere. Because every day when you look at it, this will remind you what a normal skin is and what is a scarred skin texture like. What are the key differences, what you need to do, okay? So in general. So I'm gonna take you one by one. You're talking about the epidermis. Now, by epidermis, I'm talking about here.
What you see.
Exactly what you see, okay? So normal skin is the right thickness, is structures, rete ridges, I'm gonna get into that. It's healthy and healthy keratinocyte turnovers. So let me say what these rete ridges are, okay? So you see here, you see this wave? The indentation in here are called rete ridges. There is a reason why your skin is like this. Because imagine if everything is layered on top of each other just like that, it slides. When there is ridges, it grabs. Okay, I'm really exaggerating.
A little more like Lego,
right?
Right? So that they actually go into each other.
And this gives your skin the elasticity.
Yeah.
So
right.
When you have a scar tissue, and if you look at it, say under the microscope, you could slice the skin. This shape, this wave is disappeared. So these rete ridges are gone. They're disrupted. They're more flat. And then here, which we call it the papillodermis, which is the indentation, then they're also flattened. And then this causes this skin to collapse and get condensed. And that's why the skin looks so different.
You know what it's like? It's like when you have a cushion. So you have a cushion, and then you put a button in the middle of the cushion. And then when you sew that button in, you see that it all indents in, right? So you have this space, but then you're able to now have these anchors, so it's
right.
a lot shorter on the inside. So when you have this pit mark, those are those areas where it's further attached. It's anchored, it's shortened. Now these anchors are good in general when you have enough give, but when you don't have the give, that's the problem, right?
I'm going to explain. When there is good buoyancy in those anchors, they're fluffy, nice collagen, and they give, that's great. When those anchors become condensed and twisted and turned, and it will pull down too much, then it will deform the skin, and you get those sharp ridges. So, on the top of scarred skin, you have the rete ridges are gone. The cellular turnover also decreases. Remember these steps, because all of these steps, so think about it, if I had only up to here, one of the things that now you know about a scar tissue is that on the top layer of skin, what you need to do, you need to increase cellular turnover. That's one of the things in your daily regimen that you need to do to help your skin to become more normal. Okay? Now, let's go into the dermis. This is something that I guarantee you, you write this down and go to an expert in dermatology and they will not be able to tell you that. Okay? This is important information. Look at this. You have type 1 and type 3 collagen, okay? In a good, healthy skin, the ratio is 4 to 1. So 4 times more collagen 1 than collagen type 3. It is rich in elastin and good hydration, okay? Now, you go to a scar tissue, look at the ratio. 4 to 1 becomes 1 to 4. So it's 8-fold less, okay? 8-fold less collagen type 1. So now, what you're gonna remember when you want to address the scar tissue is you wanna go after those ingredients that address collagen 1, not collagen 3. So you need to select your peptide properly. If you have a wrinkle, you need to address both. If you have a scar tissue, you need to go after collagen 1, okay? So that is another important thing that you're gonna learn from this.
Another important thing is not all peptides are the same. So people will think that, you know, collagen peptides, I have collagen peptides, and they think, well, then that's it, that's all you have. No, they're not all created equal. They upregulate different versions of collagen, or they do different things in your skin. Understanding which collagen it's targeting, what it's designed to upregulate is
Absolutely,
important.
absolutely, that's very critical. Now, when we go to the dermal papillae, you talk about these ridges. You need to start supporting this because there are specific biochemical reactions that are happening here that interact with the rete ridges here. If you go down here, those chemical interactions are diminished. So what you need to do, you need to go after ingredients that support the dermal papilla and the rete ridges. You need to do that because the scar tissue, those are absent. The dermal papilla and the rete ridges are gone. Now, blood vessels. The blood vessels in the scar tissue, they don't exist. They're diminished dramatically. Don't exist may not be right, diminished dramatically.
So it's like when you're looking at your garden or you're looking at your grass and you have some green grass and you have some brown patches. Now you know where your sprinkler system's not working.
Good example, excellent example. So, and then the skin appendages like hair follicles, sebaceous, and sweat glands. They're present in a nice, healthy skin, and in a scarred skin, they're absent. So, what happens with the sebaceous gland? The scar skin becomes very dry because it doesn't have the right amount of sebum and it cannot protect itself properly. So you need to pay a lot of attention to that. So when you're looking at all these things, this is the thing that you need to now pay attention. And let's go. First, you need to break down that bad collagen. It's like something, you have a bad beam in your building, that beam is gone bad. It has collapsed and is letting everything come down and it's holding it down. You need to get rid of that beam and put a new beam. You cannot put the new beam without the old beam there. So you need to get rid of it. So enzymatic exfoliation of the lower level of the skin using different enzymes like papain is very helpful. Glycolic acid, bromelain, azelaic acid, these are the ones that start helping with that thing, with the cellular turnover and breaking down some of that collagen, that helping new collagen to be formed. So sometimes ingredients that break collagen down actually help collagen formation. Then you need to recover the skin barrier function. Remember, those sebaceous glands are gone. Your skin is dry, your skin is not protected, your skin is dehydrated. So You need to use ingredients like Centella asiatica, niacinamide, ceramides. These are some examples, by the way. The list is long, okay? Then hydration. That part of the skin is dry. You need to do hydration. If you do hydration on its own, as Manuela said before, you're not gonna get dramatic results. You get some relief, but you don't get results, okay? So, but hydration is an important part of it. Look for products that have hyaluronic acid, ectoine, panthenol, glycerin, or a combination of those. Those are ingredients that can bring some good hydration to your skin. Antioxidants. Now you're gonna say, why I need antioxidants? That inflammation creates a lot of free radicals. Those free radicals go into a vicious cycle and keep that inflammation getting worse. You need to soothe that inflammation so that when you're doing the correction, more damage doesn't happen. So you need to go to good antioxidants like vitamin C, vitamin E, ferulic acid, glutathione. Those are very important. And then you need to go after elastin and collagen 1. Matrixyl is a very good one, like Matrixyl 3000 specifically. Epidermal growth factor is also an amazing collagen boosting, especially for collagen 1 and elastin.
And it really works on the communication between the cells and also helps with the coaching and mentoring and shape and structure. This is really important because we're talking all about collagen shape and structure.
Now, this would be a routine that Manuela would put for you for Isomers. Go on.
If you have any questions, please let us know. Type in your questions below, so we'll be answering questions for a few minutes before we wrap it up. But, you know, talking about the ice pick scars, so you've got to think about your skin in that area. Scarred area is a damaged area, and it doesn't have the same vitality as your regular skin. So it is more choked off. It is tends to be anchored more aggressively. That's why you're seeing these ridges and everything. So going on a skincare routine, you can't just use a moisturizer. You need to have a plan. And we're all about building plans. We always say clean, feed, correct, protect. Your skincare should cover these 4 areas, and you should have a plan. So depending on what's happening with your skin, you can't just grab random things and expect that it knows exactly what to do. There's very few ingredients that can do something like that, that are that de-differentiated, right? So first of all, what would we talk about putting a routine together? You're going to start with cleaning. How you clean your skin is important. You want to clean your skin. Your cleanser should be uneventful. Cleansers do not anti-age you, make you smarter or taller or sexy. It doesn't do any of these things. A cleanser cleans your skin without stripping your acid mantle. End of story. That's what you want your cleanser to do. It should prepare your skin. The microbiome should be intact. The skin should be clean. You don't really want too much more from your cleanser than that. You want to just create the right atmosphere. So it can't be, you know, too acidic or too alkaline. It can't be stripping. It can't be drying. It doesn't require a lot of anti-aging ingredients because you rinse it off, right? It's not going to stay. So your cleanser should be a very good neutral cleanser. I love the exfoliating cleanser in this case because why? We want to stimulate your microcirculation. We need to awaken the structure that's anchored. We want to create some activity around it. Remember where you have areas where the capillaries and the veining system is kind of lacking. You want to be able to move things around, aerate that. That's very important. Then we want to get into, I would go straight into an enzyme mask right away. This you're going to leave it on. This is going to work on softening up that keratin. You want to get through, you want to get down, you want to soften up the keratin. So you're going to move on that. So you have the cleansing, the enzymatic resurfacing gel. You leave that on. Lactobacillus ferment, it's a keratolytic. It's got a softening element. It also will work for a few minutes, like an enzyme does. Then it kind of goes to sleep. You don't want to rinse it off. Why? It's food for the microbiome. It's a postbiotic. It's excellent for the microbiome. So you are actually helping your skin do what? When your microbiome is working properly, your skin makes its own ceramides and hyaluronate. So the more you can create a good microbiome, the more your skin is a factory for your skin barrier. And the less likely you will have the acne or the issues that cause these scars, right? Because you create an environment where it becomes less likely that you're going to have this, or less likely that it's going to happen again. So it's very important. Then we're going to go into, so that's I call this cleansing. Even with the enzyme, to me that's still cleansing because it's softening up. Then we're going to go into your antioxidants. So you've got vitamin C for daytime with ferulic. This one's really great, 15% concentrate of vitamin C. This is the right dosage, if you will, because there's an activity level. They say 10% is not enough and 20% is too much. So we're gonna go for a sweet spot. And when you are dealing with fixing or healing your skin, you want to have the right amount and you want to be able to use something on a routine basis. So that would be your daytime antioxidant. Nighttime, you would use a niacinamide. This is really good because it's brightening, antioxidant, calming and soothing. That is a really good nighttime routine. Then you're going to go for hyaluronate, hydration. This is our multimolecular hyaluronate serum. It also has polyglutamic acid. You know, a lot of people are talking about polyglutamic acid now and saying that it's 5 to 6 times more hydrating or better moisture retention than hyaluronate. But I want to ask the biochemist right now. So we know that hyaluronic acid holds up to 1,000 times its weight in hydration. Does that mean polyglutamic holds 5,000 times its weight in hydration?
Yes, it does. It really does. And we started talking about this more than 10 years ago, okay? And I'm not trying to brag about things. I'm just trying to tell you that we stick to the science of stuff. And when we come across things that are really scientific, we bring it to you right away. As long as they're safe, they're effective, they come right away. That's why we're at the forefront. Now, we were one of the first companies that we started with multi-molecular hyaluronic acid. And people back then were asking us was because we said we penetrate the hyaluronic acid at different levels of the skin because you need to moisturize all those levels, and the larger molecules just stay on top. They cannot penetrate as deep, or they cannot penetrate as easily. So when you have low molecular weight hyaluronic acid, not only they assist in the healing process, but also they moisturize at deeper levels.
Finally, we're going to do the cream. So you know you're going to clean, feed, correct, protect. You're going to start your skincare always the same way with the lightest thing, most close to water, and then you finish off with a cream. So in the daytime, we have azelaic acid. Why azelaic acid? It's a dicarboxylic acid. It helps to break down scar tissue. It's going to help with cell turnover. It's going to help refresh and renew the skin.
Anti-inflammatory.
Anti-inflammatory. It's a dicarboxylic. So again, it works well with other things that you're using. So you're not overdoing it, right? It's not the same category. I like our 14% azelaic. 15% is prescription, where they're using it for melasma, cysts, post-acne marks. It's also very good. So it is very active. It can be considered a bit aggressive in the sense that it really does affect your skin and creates a cell turnover, but it is also very calming and soothing. So people with a lot of redness, rosacea, eczema, they love this ingredient.
It's
right?
effective and gentle.
Right, antibacterial.
Right.
Yeah. Then we have this is our hero, the Matrixyl 4 collagen peptide cream. 4 forms of collagen peptides, Matrixyl collagen peptides. It's very important because the brand of collagen peptide, this is the OG. This is the original collagen peptide that literally changed the skincare industry. This is the first time without prescription you can say reverse the visible signs of aging because of the fact that they created this messenger peptide, which was a fragment of procollagen type 1. The collagen that we have to talk about, the collagen that is the most abundant in young, fresh, dewy skin. So when you have damage, see, here's the thing. People will say, well, I make my own collagen. And it's true. We make our own. We make a lot of our own stuff. Our bodies go into repair. And if we're eating properly, we're making pretty good quality stuff, right? But I'm in my 60s. He's in his late 20s, but what I'm saying is you're your own donor, right? So that means we're making 60-year-old collagen, which means we're not making a lot of collagen 1, but we need collagen 1 for the repair. So introducing a peptide that focuses on collagen 1 now stimulates it and speaks to that. Even in your 20s and 30s, you're making 25 or 30-year-old collagen. When you're younger, you're making younger collagen. So we can't really physically go back. So what we can do though, is we can introduce it with the matrixyl collagen peptide. All right. These are our presentation. The products are linked below. If you do use our, do we have a code?
Yes.
Oh, on the next one. Live. Code is live, so 20% off. And again, this would be really great if you've got issues, you want to put a program together. We're offering 20% off the formulations. You get other bonuses by being with us. You get points, you get free delivery, free shipping. You get conversations with us. You get
fresh products.
Fresh product. You get to be part of this community. We make everything behind this wall, right here, right here, right behind that wall. Right, we're at Isomers Laboratories. We control the process. We're vertically integrated cosmetic chemists out of Toronto, Canada. We started with an idea and a blender, and literally we have changed skincare. We've changed the way it's presented, the way people are informed. We've brought in more active ingredients probably into the world of skincare. The fact that we focus on the science of being behind the scenes is something that we've specialized at, and we like being behind the scenes. But we are going to continue to do these Isomers TV lives if you like them. We'd like to know what topics you want to talk about. And I do have to make an announcement to our staff, which they don't know this, but we're going to start doing product reviews. We're going to be looking at other brands and other formulas, because a lot of people are asking us about other brands and other formulas. And we've never wanted to be judge and jury, because we are manufacturers and we do make a lot of these products and we have a lot of insight.
They're going to be very factual.
But we're just going to be very factual.
Nothing hypothetical.
Right. So if you want to know about other brands, you want to know this versus that, or da-da-da, we are now for the first time going to be doing it.
Yeah.
So,
I play a lot of table tennis, and one of the ladies at the club came to me and showed me something on her phone and said that, I love this serum. I said, oh wow, I've never heard of it. Then she showed me I said, let me look at the ingredient listing. And she thought it was all natural, it was not such a nice light blue color, etc. And I looked at the list and I didn't really analyze it for too long, but I just looked at it and I said, did you know how they're using 4 different types of colors in this product?
Dyes.
These are dyes. There's nothing, the color you're putting on your skin is not because of the natural ingredients that are, there may be good natural ingredients, but you're putting a lot of colors on your skin for a serum. It's totally unnecessary. And she was shocked. She was shocked.
all right, limited questions, but first question.
My mother also had ice pick scars. Are they genetic?
No. Listen, there is a cause for the formation, okay? So the cause is trauma and lesions that are formed on your skin because of acne or trauma, okay? And then how your skin behaves in regards to that, some of that could be genetic. But if somebody that is prone to scar formation because they just make too much collagen 3, okay, I'm just making a hypothetical situation, that doesn't mean that those people will always have scars. If they have damage to their skin, if they suffer from a lot of acne, then there may be formation of scar problems. But if a person that is predisposed to scars, they look after the skin and there's no inflammation, there's no damage, they're not gonna just create scars out of nowhere. Something triggers it. And then how the skin reacts, it's gonna indicate if you're gonna have a scar or you're not gonna have a scar.
Just like stretch marks, will the skin never go back to normal?
Look, I cannot tell you that you're gonna get rid of your scars to a point that under the microscope it's not gonna be visible, but you can dramatically improve the appearance of your scars if you use the right technique and you be persistent and consistent in doing it. You can dramatically improve it. If you're gonna make it look like a baby's skin at 5 years old, no. But Having said that, you can really, really improve the condition of your skin.
You know, if you're following a routine that is going to give you the key pillars that you need to support the collagen, stimulate the microcirculation, help to rewire some of it, absolutely you're going to see, because remember, your skin is a self-renewing wrapper. It does over time rebuild and restore and renew itself, right? So you have two options. You can build, restore, renew at the level that you're at and lower, or the level that you're at and higher, right? What's your choice? If you do nothing, it'll just degrade further and further and become less stimulated. The connective tissue will remain damaged and atrophy. It goes worse.
Yeah.
But if you actually go in to start rebuilding, especially the surrounding area, then it also starts to tighten up and become dramatically less affected. So this is why ingredients that are the antioxidants, so you're getting the azelaic, you're getting the collagen, all of these signals are going to multi-layers. All of these signals are affecting different components, right?
Would spicules be a good product to use for this?
If your acne is at a point or the damage to skin that has passed the initial inflammation stage and the healing has started, yes. But if you're at an inflammatory stage of your skin, I won't recommend using spicules on skin that is inflamed, or you have open cuts and things like that, or acne on it.
The order of importance for your skin is always inflammation first, inflammation, irritation first. Without calming your skin down, you shouldn't move forward with anything, because that is really, truly counterproductive. It's like when you're really upset and people are asking you questions, you can't think. Your body is still in the, in the upset stage, the flight or fight stage, right? So, and they know that all the oxygen, everything goes to the center. That's why you're not able to think, or things like that. Same thing with your skin. When your skin is inflamed, when it's irritated, when that's going on, you got to work on that first. Then you can work on building and restoring. So you've got to, so the spicules cannot come in on inflammation.
Look, let me give you an example. Exercising for your body is great. Lifting weights for your muscles is great. But you're not going to start lifting weights when you have a broken arm, okay? You let that bone heal first, and then you work on rebuilding it. So you need to make sure the process is followed properly so you get the best results.
What should you do if your skin doesn't like niacinamide?
Use something else. Just opt out of niacinamide.
Look, there are so many other options. First of all, you need to make sure that your skin does not like niacinamide. And let me try to explain
This
that
is
to
a
you.
really good explanation, so pay attention
Look,
to this.
Sometimes you go and buy a product that on the label it says niacinamide cream. So you use that product and your skin reacts. The first thing that goes in your brain, you're associating the reaction to the name of the product, and you think because that name is on that bottle, you're reacting to that specific ingredient, okay? It could be something else, a preservative in that niacinamide formulation, or a color additive in there, or something else in there that is causing the reaction in your skin. Now, if you have gone to different manufacturers and you have used niacinamide at different concentrations, maybe the company you were using was using crazy, because some people, they're trying to kind of say that they're too scientific, and by trying to be too scientific in a very incorrect way, they add super concentration of the ingredients. That's not scientific.
Right.
You need to do it at the right level. At some point, the line between the skin reaction and concentration, they're gonna cross. So you're gonna increase the concentration, your skin is gonna react at certain concentration. Remember, I always said, toxicity is a function of concentration. So you may be reacting to a 5% niacinamide formulation, but you may not react to a 2%. You need to look at that first. Now, if you have done all of that, you can go after other ingredients that if you're truly allergic to an ingredient, that even if it's at 0.1%, your skin react to it, okay? So if you put that ingredient at 0.1% in pure water and you put it in your skin reacts, then, you know, you have to move away from that ingredient. But first you need to make sure you're truly reactive to that ingredient.
That's really the issue.
Yeah.
One more question, and remember, if you want the chart, use code LIVE to get 20% off. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell everybody about us. We're here every Thursday around noon to do an Isomers Live. We are going to do some product reviews in the near future. We're going to start doing that kind of content as well, because a lot of people want to know the ins and outs. But we also have this chart. If you want the chart, comment down below chart, okay? And so this way we'll know to send you the link to the chart, so you can actually download this chart. It's very good information. We are going to be running a course in a school in the near future. Next season we're going to start. Isomers TV is going to become the Skincare University, where we will be educating more in depth on the skin, the ingredients, the science. This is really good. So before we wrap up, we'll do one more question.
Will the cold everyday face serum and cream heal deep acne scars?
Cold. Well, cold contains alpha-arbutin, vitamin C, niacinamide, argireline, and copper tripeptide 1.
Yes. Yes.
The answer is yes.
You're talking about the healing? Yes, absolutely.
Absolute healing. And with the cold, you also have the cold has the duo, which has the cream and the serum together. You can also get another 20% off that configuration too when you use the code LIVE. And LIVE is active for how long? Till midnight tonight? Okay. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
How many likes did we get?
We're going to find out.
I want to know.
We're going to find out.
5,000?
5,000. We need
All right.
50,000. 50,000.
Share, like, and subscribe. We want you to spread the word for us, because we are working hard at this end to educate
Mastering
you guys
the science of beauty.
any bias. Without any bias, we lay the cards as what the science tells us, and we just relay it to you, and we add what we have learned along the way.
Right. It's going to be science fact, not feeling. Sorry?
What should be the topic for next time?
Please comment down below what topic you want us to discuss
Yes,
next
I
time.
need
We
to
do
know.
take the recommendations and the suggestions seriously, so we really want to be able to give you the kind of information and support and content that you will really enjoy and learn from. So don't be shy, ask your questions. We look forward to your
And
questions and comments.
criticize,
Complimentary criticism.
constructive criticism is the best
Constructive.
way.
All about
It's-
learning.
It's the best way to improve things. So as long as there's good deed and you do it with good intention, it's always amazing. We really, really, really welcome that. We can always improve on how we try to relay the information to you guys and pass the information.
Till next time. Thank you.
Ciao. Arrivederci.